Sought to save capitalism from what? Who's your enemy? Yourself. From itself. 14. What do you invent? It was called macroeconomics. Macro means, what's the opposite of micro? Big. Okay. Why? Answer to the Great Depression. So here's an answer to the Great Depression. Or, because if you didn't fix this, you're going to get swamped by what? What other choices of ways of life do you have? You got ours. What were the other two choices? You got what? Communism or fascism. So if you don't do something about this, they're going to get swamped. So what policies did the American President Roosevelt adopt to fight the Depression? Massive what? You know what? Just a general intervention. So now, and when they say laissez-faire government, laissez-faire means let it be. Who's letting what be? Okay, meaning the government's leaving who be? Okay, the market. Okay, just let it be. Stay out of it. You know what? Did it work? Yeah. For a long time, but again, our economy is like what? It generally goes up. Capitalism generates wealth. But what's the problem? It's not stable. Plus, does everyone share equally in it? No. So in this case, massive government reform. But spending on what? Do we just want to give people food? Give people money? Give them what? Job building something. What kind of works? What's the most famous public work in the United States? Think San Francisco. What built stuff? What kind of thing? Bridges, hospitals, schools. Even a lot of big portion of our schools were actually built in the Great Depression. Parks. Well, yeah, we're going to pay some of this build stuff, but stuff that what? Benefit too. Everybody. So let's go put that to work. But why do this? Heard the whole system was busted. You know what? Maybe the communists were right, because eventually, what did the communists say? What did Marx say? Eventually, capitalism would do what? Fall from its own what? From where? From its own just greed. Is this right here? Heard the system was busted. Okay. You want to try to regulate. You know what? Can the government step in and regulate these excesses? Too much, too low? Can they keep growth steady? That was the whole idea. Can government do this? Because, again, after the Great Depression, it was a disaster.
In 1936, John Maynard Keynes.
Question? Who's not?
Probably
the best field trip I ever took. I remember from the Bay Area. Went to see the Field in Anna Nuevo, north of Santa Cruz. And they had all these tide poles. And actually at low tide, you can go walk out in the tide poles and go check out all the things. And then you saw the elephant field. And all the males go there to see what?
Oh.
They had to go mate. All the tide poles and a bunch of seals having sex.
Robert's dream.
And then the other best one was like in junior year biology class. We go see the Monterey Bay, the whales migrate through there. Just took out a boat in Monterey Bay for about a half hour. Saw like one whale. And like when you see them, part of it, like we had subway before we went out and we go drive. It's like an hour and a half drive from San Diego to Monterey. So we have a drive, they eat before and go out and train. So I talked to one girl in class, and I thought, all of a sudden, I'm getting wet. I just yacked over the side. I almost fell over. I was talking to him. I was sort of feeling music. I turned over. Turned over. Yak. And I just went cold. So every time I go to like field trips, like ocean field trips, seals having sex.
Monterey Bay is so nice. I've been there.
Look, I'm video recording it. Good.
Come on.
Government cities should spend against the In good times, they should reduce their spending.
I can't do it.
Surpluses. In bad times, like the Great Depression, they should step up spending.
You gotta be good at it. So like that.
It's a King's writes his book.
They do it all the time.